guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're gonna try getting our new build running, a 2008 Suzuki LTZ400, and the Suzuki needs a lot of work because the guy said it's not getting spark, but it needs a new chain. It's missing two plastic pieces, and we need to find new lug nuts for the wheels because most of them are missing, but it's pretty clean overall. So let's get to work and see if we could get it to run. Alright guys, so let's get this thing taken apart. Alright guys, so we got it all stripped down. Now let's try seeing if we could get it to spark. Alright guys, so I got the spark plug taken out and the jump box hooked up, so now I'm going to see if it's getting spark. It's getting like one or two sparks and then it stops sparking. So I'm gonna research it real quick and I'll come back to y'all. Alright guys, so I couldn't really figure out the problem. Most people say it's the CDI box and some people say it's the Stator, but I think it's the CDI box. I checked all the grounds, I cleaned all of them with some sandpaper, but that wasn't the problem, so I'm assuming it's the CDI. But I'm gonna clean the gas tank and carburetor real quick, so when I get the CDI, put it on, see if we can start it up and drive it a little bit after I hook the chain up. Alright guys, so I couldn't get it to spark, so I went and bought a brand new CDI right here, Black Box Performance. So let's put it on and see if this makes the spark work. Alright, there we go. Now let's hook up the jump box and then see if it gets spark now. Alright guys, so the CDI was not the problem, but some people on forums say that the flywheel bolts get loose and they beat up the Stator. So we're gonna take all this stuff apart. First we have to take the starter gear out, and so we could take the bolts from the rest of this cover out right here, the flywheel cover. So let's get to work and start taking that apart. Alright guys, so now that we removed the starter gear, we gotta unscrew all these bolts around the flywheel cover, and then there's one that's behind the starter gear, so that's why we have to take the starter gear out, and it comes off as part of the flywheel cover. So just unscrew all these bolts. You make sure that they're in the same order if you have one like this and you take it apart, pretty much for any engine. But I'm gonna loosen all of them and then I'll get them all off. Alright guys, so we got all the flywheel bolts out. So there's two grab points, one at the bottom down here and one up here. Now, so we're just gonna wiggle it out. Just don't pull it too hard because the Stator is in here. And
these bolts up here. These wires are up here for the stator, so don't ruin that. And I'm gonna have to buy a new seal for this part right here because it did rip. I was hoping it wouldn't, but just buy one of those. Better to be safe than putting this one on, trying to fix this one. And then right here, these bolts, we're gonna make sure that they're not loose. A lot of people say they get loose on them. Alright, all of them seem tight, so that's probably good, but stator might still be bad, so I'm gonna look at it. Alright guys, so the stator looks like it's still good, and none of the flywheel bolts got loose. I made sure they're all tight, and this gasket's ripped right now, but I'm gonna put some gasket maker on it for now until I could see if I could get it running. So I'm gonna wipe it off with a little bit of brake parts cleaner on both side parts of the engine. I'm gonna wipe this gasket down. Now let's get some of the gasket maker right here. Make sure the screwdriver is clean. I'm gonna put a thin layer all the way around until I get to the part that's ripped, and then I'm gonna put a thick layer. Alright, so now we're just gonna put it on carefully, try not to touch anything else. Try not to touch the flywheel or anything. Alright guys, so we got it all back put back together how it was. So I'm gonna look through the wiring harness one more time and see if we can find the problem. Alright guys, so I looked through the wiring one more time, and there's this wire just hanging there, and I looked on the wiring diagram, and these two are supposed to go together. This is ground. Someone redid it before, but these should go together, so I'm gonna try putting the negative with it right there, and then connect the positive and see if we could get spark. Alright, let's connect both of those together real quick. I'm gonna put positive on first, and then put the negative on right here. Put both this ground with the negative probably. I believe that's how it goes. Alright, we got that connected. Now let's see if we get spark. Hopefully. Alright guys, so we did figure out the problem. This disconnected wire down here was one of them, but the main problem was this rectifier right here, rectifier regulator. And I watched a video on a guy testing it, and I tested it myself, and I noticed mine was bad because when you turn the multimeter on, you need to test it, and you gotta put positive right there on one end, and then the negative on the other. See, the first one's good, but the other two, they're both open lines, so there's a break in the inside of it somewhere. So as you can see, they're both open line. That's one, and that's two. So we are gonna have to order a new regulator rectifier, so it's like 30 bucks, so I could return that CDI, and this cheaper part. So if we return that, then it should work, and if we buy a new one, then we could put it on. It should have sparks. So I did take the stator cover off for no reason, but it's fine.
Alright guys, so that is going to be it for today's video. We did find our problem, and it is this regulator rectifier. So I already put one on order, so next part of the build, we'll put it on and see if it gets spark and possibly get this thing running. But I can return the CDI now because this one is good. I did test it, so this is the only part that's bad, and that's a $30 part, so I can buy one of those now and replace it, and it should work. But now I know for the future, if I buy another one of these, that's probably going to be the problem if it has no spark. But overall, it is pretty beat up and pretty good condition to stay boat, because this tire does not hold there. And I'm going to have to clean up the wiring, because I did take some of the electrical tape off to see if there's a wire cut or something. But if y'all did enjoy the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching, and see y'all next time.